Hello friends, welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for being in touch through the entire process of this project. So now we are going to start preparing the charts. Okay, so our first ask is the sales pattern or seasonal sales pattern. Okay, sales pattern, and here what we are going to do, we are going to see how the sales is going on across all the year, right? So we already have the invoice date and we can utilize the year and a month. So instead of quarter, we will not use quarter, but we will use this particular data to see uh, the sales trend basically. So if you could see here, we don't have the month data for the 2023, right? So you can follow your business logic, but we will keep this as it is, just for the sake of example. Okay, so if you bring the sales, we don't have sales, right? So we will have to first calculate the sales amount. So sales dot c stands for the calculated field, so which is nothing but quantity multiplied by unit price. We'll keep this as a formula of sales. Hit on OK, and if you see, this is the sales figure. If you see carefully, the null value holds a huge amount, which is actually a big. And if you sum of the sales across any year, which is around 4 million and it is 5 million, so yeah, that is kind of acceptable. Okay, that there is not an issue on this particular thing. But yes, if you can manipulate the data and randomize it and create a months in the null in the SQL, definitely you can manipulate the data and make it more perfect. So but I will keep it as it is. I will leave that up to you. We'll simply see how we can bring it. Okay, so we have the sales amount over here, so we have to see the pattern first. Okay, so to see the pattern, what we need to first create the index of the cells. And how we can calculate it? We can see sales index, and here we will see sum of cells. Basically, it is the entire sum of the cells of our entire data, which is going to be divided by windows average of sum of cells. So when I say windows average, it is going to be the average of all years. So as we have selected year in the Tableau workbook in the row shelf, this window function is going to be applied with reference to years only, and it will throw the sum of the cells for each year. Okay, so if you hit on apply and okay, you will get the sales index. I'll show you right here. So if I make it in tabular form, like this, and make small change, see, this is how it will look like. Why it is showing 0? Because the sales figure is actually very small. So I'll quickly show you by updating the number format, and here no number custom, I will make it like this. Good. Okay, I did small mistake. Okay, I will have to do sales index. So on the sales index, number format, numbers decimal point is for this. So now you got the sales index like this. All right, so now this is going to help us to draw some points across the year. So I will quickly remove all these things, like we don't need a sum of cells, we just need this, and we are going to click on the line chart like this. So if you remove this and click on line, you will see this is a big, right, big line, and basically we don't need this big line, we need to see the sales index in the rows. You see here it is very high till here because we had a huge gap in the year data. So what we can do, we will drag the year into the filter shelf and we will simply exclude this particular year, and here we go. So this is the trend of the cells for each year, but let's see for a specific year across the month. So we will convert this month to the district like this, and this is what the trend of cells. And if you could select or create a filter on this, not on this, simply on this, this is for 2011 and this is for 2010. It looks little bit confusing, so we'll hide this or create a list like this, but it is showing us, it is actually excluding the things. So we'll edit the filter, we'll apply everything, and then we'll go and show filter. This is the pattern of the cells across each month of a selected year. As we don't have the data for 2023, it will only show a single dot, which actually does not make any sense, but yeah, it is for this two, this and this. So you can make it a little bit better, I will leave that to you. I just try to show you like how you can bring the sales pattern, but if you want to make it more attractive and meaningful, what you can do, you can make this index to edit axis and make it as a logarithmic like this. So now it looks pretty good. Then what you can do, as we see, we are lagging of some data of December, so what we can do, we can simply exclude the month of December, okay, apply like this, and you can enable the title, but you can show the sum of cells like this and make it a little bit better, like you can apply unit and the symbol for currency and show that over here. Let's make it for entire view, so it will look like this. So if you see, the July and September and November was the good month for the cells, whereas the June, August and October was the lowest performance of the cells. So you can just bring out this kind of information and share that with your stakeholders who as per the ask actually. So let's make it little bit interesting. You can use a trend line and show as linear. So this way it will help you to forecast some things. Okay, so yeah, this is how you can make it better. And if you make some changes into the format, it will definitely help you, like this. So now it looks good. If you go to the title and show only min and the max, it will also show meaningful things. So yeah, this is how you can create a sales pattern and bring out some good insight out of it. So let's look for the next insight, which is the identifying the customer segment. In the customer segment, we have to divide the customer into three categories, like active, casual, and occasional. All right, and to do this we will have to first see few things. Okay, so what are those few things that we have to see? We first have to look for the customer and number of order associated with each customer. Okay, if the number of orders are higher than a specific threshold, it will be active customer. If it is lower than a specific threshold, then it is occasional, and it is very low than a specified threshold, then it is a casual customer. So these three things we will divide into some parts, and we will see how that look like. Okay, so to do this we will have to first build some calculation field. Okay, and to build calculation field we will have to build a very basic calculation of LOD. So what that is mean is, like, I will quickly show total purchase per customer dot c. So what we are going to do, we are going to use fix LOD, then customer ID, and then we will say count distinct invoice number. We can use count invoice number also, because invoice number is unique key. What this calculation is telling us, give me the total number of invoice associated with a specific customer. Okay, if you look back to our SQL script, this particular query is telling us the same things. If you run this, we are getting the customer ID and number of order punched by this particular customer, like this. Okay, here this is the equivalent query but with actual data we have. So hit on apply, hit on OK, and if you simply drag this over here, you will get the single number 22,061. The meaning of this is we have total 22,061 invoice numbers, total count of invoice numbers. Okay, now this is as per record. So if you bring the customer ID here and include all, you will see for the customer ID 1234 we have 3,525 orders. For this particular customer we have 8 orders. So let's quickly validate few things. Okay, now there is a small change. I have used count in this query, and I have used count D into the LOD expression. If you see here, I have used count D. So if I make it as only count and apply, if you see here, the number got changed to 1,34,000 for 1 2 3 4. So meaning of this is it is calculating invoice number repeatedly even if it is duplicate. So that actually does not make any sense, because each customer will purchase multiple items and we have a record for the multiple item. So if there is a multiple item in any particular bill, then for each item we will have the same billing number, right? And if we apply count, then it will actually count the each billing number even if it is repeated. So count is not relevant, so count distinct is the relevant function over here, and this is the relevant. So let's quickly make change over here also. So let's see, we have that function, no, so we can use the distinct. And now if you run this query, you'll get the actual number. So this is what we are expecting. So let's quickly validate for this particular. So 12748 customer ID 12748. So quickly apply filter, select from the list 12748 and hit on OK. Let me none, mark it as none. 12748, apply. So we have total 210 orders, unique orders associated with this customer, but in SQL we have only 39. Reason behind this, we have a subset of data in SQL, so based on the subset we are getting these records over here. That's the reason. So this is actual number. So if you want to see if you want to verify this quickly, let me show one thing to you. Count. How do you see the total records in Tableau? So it will be count of 1. You can create this calculated field and drag it into row. We have 5,32,618 rows in actual data, but if you see here, we have only 49,064 rows. So this is a very small subset of data in our SQL. We just use this to just analyze the data, just play around with the data. Okay, now let's come to the main part. Now we have the customer ID and the total purchase count for each customer, okay, which is already here. So I'll remove this field. If you select bar chart like this and enable the text, you will get the numbers like this. Total number of counts for each customer ID. Okay, now this looks outlier. You can remove this if you don't want, but I'll keep it as for fun. Okay, now what we have to do, we have to define a segment based on the count, and to define a segment we have to decide the threshold. Okay, so let's decide the threshold. We have 210 top, and we have majority in this. So let's let's do a small analysis within the Tableau. This can help us to create some visualization, and let it make it log, and here we go. So let me disable this title. All right, and let me make it as an entire view. So this is the pattern. You can see this the pattern. So what we can do, we will keep a 20 is a threshold one, 10 or 10 is threshold 2, 20 is threshold 1, and 50 is threshold 3. So what we will do, the active customer, let's say if the customer has order greater than 30, then it is active. If the customer has total orders less than 30 but greater than 10, then it is a occasional customer, and if the total order is less than 10, then it is a casual customer. So we will build this condition and create a calculated field. So how we are going to do it, we will create one calculated field and we'll name it as customer segment, and in the customer segment we'll simply apply if condition. If the total purchase count of the customer what is going wrong with this? So we created the customer segment. Let me quickly show the calculation. I just applied. If the total customer count order count is greater than 30, then active customer. If it is lies between the 30 and the 20, then it is a occasional customer, and if it is not fitting into these two conditions, then it is a casual customer. So we'll quickly remove this all thing and I'll apply the customer segment over here. So yeah, we have active, casual and occasional, and let me quickly show you the customer list under these three things. So we have active, casual. Instead of interview, we'll keep a standard view, so it will help. Let me make it a little bit easy. So if you see here, we have good things. So we'll quickly make some additional things. We'll say count and like this. So in active we have around 1,82,000 customer, in casual we have 3,25,000, in occasional we have only 24,000. So comparatively we have casual customer, I mean the 30 to 20 orders, 30 to 20 orders per customer, it's going to be this casual category and having around 3,25,000 records. All right, so what we can do, we can create a pie chart right away like this, and you can create the Donald chart also, or you can create a bar chart also. It's all up to you. Like there is no hard rocket science. You can create axis 1 and apply. Okay, it's been long time I haven't created the Donald chart, but yeah, you can make it Donald chart and create like this. So the next step is pretty straightforward. Like you have to select attributes over here for the both, and now you will have to make it as a dual axis like this, and let's make it as an entire view, make it a little bit big, fair enough. So now here you can hide this axis, so it will make it a little bit easy, and now you can minimize one of the donut, remove the color from the donut, make it small, remove the size now, and make it little bit large like this, make it little bit large, and make it a white inside it. So your Donald chart is created like this, and now you can apply the title like your customer segments. You got your customer segment, and just remove the title from the second donut, I mean the second layer. Now you got the total customer segment. You can showcase like percentage wise each segment. So how to do that? It's pretty straightforward. You already have the total purchase per customer and total customer segment. What you can do is you can basically use count also, or any way, any best way you can apply. Let's try with a different way. Okay, so let me use count one and put that into a title. We have total 5 lakh records. Put this count calculation into the second layer. So we got the values for each, right? Now in the title, what we can do is we can add table calculation and use the running total, or you can use the running difference also. Okay, so let me see. So we got the distribution in terms of percentage across different customer segment. And let's say if you want to make it a little bit more interesting, what you can do is you can apply the date filter and year over this, include this too. Okay, and now show filter, so you can look for a specific year, only for specific year like this. So you can deal with null with your data manipulation technique. That's how you can create the customer segment. And yeah, now we will jump on the next part, which is going to be a total purchase or top purchase of the product, which is going to be very simple, straightforward. I'll quickly show you how to do it. What you can do is you can use the description into the rows like this, then you can use the cells, sum of cells like this, create a bar chart for the cells like this. You can enable the label. You do have the label. Let me make the cells properties little bit easy. Number format, make it 0, K, apply. So it looks good now, and you can now add like how many times the product has been purchased. So to do this, you can create a calculated field and you can say product count, order count basically. So you can use fixed LOD description, which is associated with count of invoice number, because for each invoice, whenever that particular product purchase, we will get that information into the invoice number. So with reference to invoice number, we will try to see how many times the customer has purchased that particular products, not in terms of quantity, only in terms of frequency. Okay, and here we go. Let's make it discrete and put it over here, so that way it will be a little bit easy to see the total frequency of the purchase of particular product. We can see .com postage purchase only 708 times, but the sales is very high. At other hand, we have a white hanging hut tea light holder purchased 2327 times, but the sales is only 106k. It is depends on like how the cost associated with each product. But if you see the paper craft little bird purchased for one time, but cost is 168k. It's pretty high. So let's let's see what's going on with this particular product. So let me bring the description over here and include all member, and only I just want this paper craft little bird. So I will apply a filter on the description, select all from list, and paper. What is the, let me see that again, paper craft. Okay, let me see the quantity. Then I want to see the invoice number. Only one invoice number is there. Okay, the quantity is actually very high, 80,000 quantity. And the cost, see the cost is unit price, it's $2 per head. Okay, and here we go, sales. Okay, so our calculation is not messing up at anywhere. So this is a genuine, the quantity is actually very high, that's why. Okay, that is completely fine. I just tried to do some basic data analysis that you also must perform while developing the actual Tableau dashboard. Whenever you see any unexpected outlier and all, you must be able to validate it on the spot and verify that with the stakeholder. That's the basic intention. Okay, so we got the top product purchase, then sales associated with it. Make it little bit easy, not this. Yeah, one more, if you click on the view data like this, you will see the subset of data like this, and you can export this into the CSV now. Okay, that is a feature in Tableau, so no need to worry. So we got the top purchase product over here, so I will quickly rename it and make it a little bit easy for you guys. Top purchase product, you can apply cosmetic and all over here, so there is no need to worry. Okay, the next chart is going to be the percent of sales across different countries, like how the sales is happening across different countries. So this is going to be a very basic chart. Let me rename this one properly. Let's remove everything. So let's bring the country into the rows. We have each countries. And now we will bring the cells over here. So we want to calculate the cells percentage, right? So how to calculate the percent of cells? Very basic formula you can apply, or you can simply create a quick table calculation and see percent of total like this. And if you make it in proper order, you will see percent of the cells for each country. To make it little bit easy to read, you can use the hit or symbol map, like hit map like this. So the highest cell quickly populate whenever you find it. So a very basic chart, very easy to implement. And yeah, this is how you can see the percent of the cells. Okay, the next is the develop the KPI. Okay, so I will only show one KPI, and you will have to create the rest of KPIs similarly. Okay, so let's say you want to see the total sales number into the Tableau dashboard. How you are going to do it? There are many ways, but one of the easy way you can do it with reference to the invoice date. Here what you can do, you can create calculate field and KPI cells, and you can use a fixed LOD on year of invoice date, then sum of cells like this, and you can complete this calculation. Now you have to drag that to tooltip in the cells. You have to see the total cells, and here you have to insert the sum of cells like KPI cells we just created, apply and hit on OK. Yeah, you can see around 10 million is the cell, and it is for entire year. So if you change the year over here, like OK, and show filter, make it as a radio button. So see, you got the separate cells number for each selected year like this, and this is for total. So you got the idea, right? You got the basic idea how to create it. So now I'm going to leave the rest of the calculation on you, like how to calculate the distinct product, total count of product, total count of distinct product, total customers, and total orders, and total sales. You have to calculate with your own, and you have to develop the final Tableau dashboard. So I'll quickly show you the Tableau dashboard that I have developed so far. Let me bring it over here. Okay, so this is how I created the Tableau dashboard. I created the parameters to get control on active and casual customer, and integrated it with this chart. I created the top n products. Whenever I want to see top 20 product, I can simply select the 20 numbers from here and see the top 20 products into this particular bar chart, and along with the how those products are performing the sales or leading the sales basically. So this is showing me the total sales, total product type, total customer, total orders, some control on the filters and parameters like year and date. I can select all, so it will give me the entire data. I created the bar chart instead of a donut chart. So while developing this dashboard, I created a bar, but while showing you, I created a donut chart over here. So yeah, you can implement the same chart and make it little bit interesting. Okay, so this is how you can create the Tableau dashboard absolute from the scratch. There are many ways to do some calculation, but you can always follow the calculation which is more relevant or which is a best fit, or you can use the same calculation multiple times so that it will not eat Tableau memory or it will not create any performance problem in future. So this is how we have created a very simple basic Tableau dashboard from the Kaggle data set, which is online retail data from the Kaggle website, and we just created a very good insights out of it. So I hope you got a very good understanding of how to use LOD calculation, filters, parameters. Although I did not cover creating a parameter filter, that is very basic thing, you can do it your own, but I just try to show you like how you can bring how you can create a very good insight of the data. Okay, so I hope you like this video. Hit thumbs up button, share your thoughts into the comment section, and yeah, I will create another Tableau dashboard on another data set with some intermediate to the advanced calculation, where we will do very good analysis in the Python. We will include Python, we will include SQL, and we will implement the charts into the Tableau platform and show you how to create dashboard. In the later part, I will also show you how to implement or how to deploy the server, how to create site, how to publish dashboard. Lots of things that we are going to cover, but we will do it slowly, step by step. Okay, so you can share your thoughts into comment section. I will see you in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.